I have this 2021 Volvo XC90. I'm going to do the rear brakes and rotors on this. First, as you know, you need to remove the tires or the wheels. There are some lug nut caps on this thing, so you can get some small needle nose pliers to remove them, and then use a 19 to remove the lug nuts. 19. So once the wheel is off, there's a little clip that keeps the caliper steady. Just use a screwdriver to remove that. Put that aside, and then remove the dust covers from the caliper slide pins. There are two dust covers. Next, the caliper slide pins there, number 7X. So number 7X socket. Use that to remove the caliper slide pins. So once both caliper slide pins are out, it's time to remove the caliper from the bracket. This wire from the ABS, I have to remove it just to get some space for the caliper to move freely. So use a trim tool to remove the clips. You can remove the caliper and put it one side. So there's a yellow clip that secures the connector to the caliper. You can use a pick tool to lift it. You have to lift it all the way up and then pull the connector off. So the reason why I'm doing that is because the scan tool wasn't able to retract the brakes. So I will have to do it manually using a 12 volt source. That 12 volt source will be a jumper pack. I'm using a T30 Torx to remove the screw from the rotor right there. In order to remove the caliper, in order to remove the caliper bracket, you will need a 50mm socket or a 50mm wrench. In my case, they use some thread lock on the lock on the bolts, so it was difficult to pull. It took me a little time. Normally, I would just crack it with my half inch and then use my little ratchet gun to just back out the bolts quickly. But this, as I said, they use some thread lock, so it took a little time. So at this point, I'm putting some penetrant on the bolts to just kind of break up the thread locker, because it was, as I said, it was very difficult. So if you have a scan tool that can retract the brakes, your brakes would have been retracted already, or should have been retracted already. So what you would do is use the caliper compression tool now and just push the piston back in. But in my case, none of my scan tools were able to push the caliper back, the piston in. So you have to do it manually. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. But I would recommend it if you're not good with using 12 volts, because they might just damage the caliper, and you wouldn't want to do that. So I have 2 wires and a jumper pack. I'm gonna connect one wire to one of the pins in the caliper, and then the next one on the second pin. But what you need to know is that if the calipers, if the piston is pushing out, you have to stop and then switch the wires around. The piston should not push out because you're trying to retract it manually. So that's why I put the piston caliper compression tool between the piston and the caliper so that it doesn't pop out. So be careful if you're watching this video and you're about to try this. So I successfully manually retracted the piston and now I'm pushing it in. So that is the complete procedure how to remove your rear caliper and rotor on a 2021 Volvo XC90. Thanks for watching and please subscribe if this video assisted you.